used to live in Chico, and I used to go to Paradise often, so it was the closest devastation event that I'd ever experienced, and it was just heartbreaking seeing these videos of places that I used to go, and hearing all these people losing their homes, and running for their life. It was emotional.
Yeah. For me, it was just overwhelming. We had the Ventura fire before that, and then we had the fires in Santa Rosa before that. Redding, and it was starting to feel, just like this helpless feeling. And when we realized that it was so close to home, it's like, what is it that we can do? What do people need that we have? To help alleviate some of the pressure and the stress. We saw that people just weren't getting enough help, and really just felt like if I don't do something to help, then I'm part of the problem, because I'm not in the fire. I still have a home. I still have supplies, and a lot of people didn't. It was my first thought is, God, how helpless I feel to do anything. There's got to be something we can do to help.
We had actually done a couple of supply runs, and then I found an organization that wasn't really affiliated with anyone in particular, that was just trying to join up people like us who wanted to help with people who needed help beyond what the organizations were offering. So I started volunteering with them. I was down at the emergency center that was in the old Sears building in Chico, and I was putting donors together with people who needed help. I was helping put together USA Jobs applications for people who got burnt out of their jobs and were thinking about relocating wherever they could get a new job, and we just kind of grew from there. Through that group, I got matched with a family who was asking for air mattresses because they were sleeping on dog beds in an unheated garage, and he was actually on his way to bring those air mattresses, and then she called and said that they were no longer allowed to stay in that garage, and they were just going to go to the tent city over at Walmart, just something, and he said that won't work.
Yeah. And then she called me up. I was on my way to my first stop, dropping off propane tanks and a bunch of other food and clothing, supplies, sleeping bags. So on my way to the first stop, she called me, and she was crying, and she's like, they're gonna go stay in the Walmart parking lot. Well, what do we do? I said, get in the car, meet me there, and just get them. I'll drop off all this stuff. We'll load them up and all their stuff, and we'll figure it out when we get home. And that's kind of how it started. We just, it was on the fly. We had already invested ourselves in them, and I think personally we didn't want to see that turn into a disaster, so we jumped at it. We went there. Gosh, what time did we get home from that? It was like 3 a.m. or something. It was raining. Just it was definitely a leap of faith. We didn't know
For them too.
Yeah, for them too. We didn't know where it was going to take us, where it was going to lead us, or if it was even going to work. But we were prayerful all the way through. Just jumping at the opportunity to catch somebody, because they were falling, and we're looking at the situation, and it's a grandma, a mother, 2 sons, and 2 dogs, and then eventually the older brother came along as well. So it was just a spur of the moment decision. We didn't really care what the consequences were going to be. We felt that we really needed to do this because nobody else was going to.
Well, just like any family, especially one that's living in close quarters, definitely had some ups and downs and rough spots of getting to know each other and everything else, but ultimately, like any other family, things worked themselves out, and just learned a little extra dose of patience with each other, and learning to get along with different personalities. And they recently moved out to their own place, so kids are in school, love jobs.
Yeah.
So back to being self-sufficient, which was the goal.
Yeah. The timing was pretty much perfect. But while they were there, definitely it was interesting. It was like they instantaneously became our family. We had some very, very fun times and a lot of emotional moments and stressful challenges throughout. But thankfully, we had some help along the way. A lot of help.
People at this depot.
Yeah, people at this depot, and there was this other gentleman. What was his name? The one that did the wheel bearings on the trailer at Kent
we
Parks.
had a retired Army veteran that was going up and down the state, helping get trailers and making them roadworthy. So that it was a lot of effort from a lot of people. For the people that were involved with us, just thank you. They were inspiring.
Yeah, definitely, thank you.
The next time I have an opportunity to serve, whether it's making a dish or bringing a box of food or making phone calls, being an advocate, I'll jump at it. And as far as general public, I think what turns a lot of people off from community service or any kind of help is a lot of organizations come down to write a check, and it doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes it's enough to be someone's advocate, help them write a letter, make a phone call, put together a list of resources, whatever it takes. There's actually several fire families living here in Lassen County, and there was a lot of advocacy going on where people were putting out calls of, this guy has a job and he needs a pair of work boots. Can someone help him get a pair of work boots? And, can you foster an animal? So there's whatever it is that your interest is beyond writing a check. Opportunities are there. You just have to put yourself out there and offer. So it doesn't have to be a lot of time. It doesn't have to cost anything. It's just everyone has something in their toolbox to offer. And I just think it's important to share it.
For me, I also want to say thank you to everybody that lent a hand in any way, shape, or form, because it was all very helpful. But for the general public, I guess I'd like to say, if you have an opportunity like that to help somebody in some way that's down, lost in a situation like that, you know, if you have something to give, take advantage of it, because it's only going to sow seeds of hope, and that's what we need right now. I mean, that's what everybody needs. When you're not making a lot of money, or if you're unemployed or on disability, and you know you're subjected to a situation like that where you lose everything, you know, you need hope. And there's a lot of good people left in this world that they're just, you know, they're afraid of the risk as opposed to the reward. And for us, the reward was seeing this family safe, and you know, the final chapter of them finally being able to disconnect themselves from us, you know, and be able to move someplace that's their own, where they're no longer constantly apologizing for everything, you know, feeling like they constantly have to say thank you all the time, and all that, and, you know, feeling guilty for being in the situation, blaming themselves. I mean, anything that we can do to provide some seeds of hope for people, I just want to encourage them. From the smallest thing, it doesn't have to be huge. You know, you don't have to let a family into your house. That's an extreme that we were prepared to do. Not everybody's prepared to do that and open themselves up that way, but everybody can do something. You know, everybody can pick up, you know, some food somewhere and drop it off somewhere. There's plenty of lists of people that need help. You can be anonymous, it doesn't matter, as long as you're offering some hope to people out there that are going through something. I had moments where I was frustrated and upset, but it was more of the lack of ability to communicate effectively as opposed to personalities in general. I don't regret one minute.